Hey art fam, it's Luis Martin, the art engineer, and welcome to the studio, the safe space, where we play Collage, this low risk, high reward game of art. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure to follow and like and go to @artengineer and @collage.dream and follow along this adventure. But most of all, please share these videos. Share these videos with your friends, with anyone really that can use some of the ideas that we talk about, right? Because art is a tool not only for communication, but also a tool to align yourself with what's happening around you and the conversations that are happening internally. So I thought today would be a really good day to do that, to make an ugly collage. Have you done that yet? An intentional ugly collage. So the seasons are changing. It's fall. New York, if you can look out my window, it's rainy, it's smoggy, it's foggy, hopefully not smoggy. It's bleak is what I'm trying to say. But that's okay. So the seasons have an effect on us. If you are feeling a little sluggish, melancholic, it could be retrograde, but it's usually the weather as well. As witchy as I am, I try not to think too much about the planets because I believe, and I really do believe this, that if you're aligned, you'll navigate pretty well. And art is a really great way to stay aligned. So I have a magazine. I've done some clippings a little bit earlier, but I have a magazine. So let's make an ugly collage. All right, so this is only for your eyes, right? So don't worry what happens. As always, we're still gonna start the way we do, with wrinkle cream. No, by collecting things that move us, right? Collecting joy, even though this is kind of an image dump, if you wanna call that. I still wanna be collecting things that move me, right? So here we go. How are you? How are the seasons affecting you? You know, because sometimes it's retrograde, sometimes it's the seasons, but then life happens and we feel like we're too close to the void. Wow, look at that. So it helps to come to the studio and center yourself. Look at that. And then you find that beauty is just a page turn away. So here we go. Oh, look at that bird. Beautiful. You know what? I kind of want to play with text today. So let's do that. So don't be too meticulous because like I said, today we're just going to make something that we're going to throw away with the intention of throwing away, right? Oh my gosh. See? Okay, so I like to say that in my practice, I like to leave the light on for others, right? Because when I make a collage, I try to put some signpost of hope and aspirations. And to me, this is like, these are my little signposts. This smelling this perfume insert, which is meant for me to go buy a Gucci, $300 perfume. It's giving me so much light for free. So keep that in mind. Where are your light posts? Not only the ones that you create, but the ones that other people left for you already, right? Ooh, okay. So much beauty. But I will say, if you are feeling melancholic, I'm not a psychiatrist, I am an artist, but I will say art does help, and be sure not to fall in the old trappings, right? Because while this is beautiful and all, if you feel a little sluggish and self-conscious, this is not gonna help. This is probably gonna do the opposite. So, go get some coffee, get some tea, and look in new places. Okay. Yada, 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 yada. Sorry, I'm a little jaded when it comes to old masters because they're all the same. Okay. So like I said, I want to play with text. So today I have my frenemy, who will be my friend today, Mr. Glue Stick. So because this is just gonna go straight to the trash theoretically, and I only say that half jokingly because, even ugly collages have a place in my studio. So I'm just gonna start creating a background, right? And I'm just going to make a space for a conversation that might be fun, might not be fun. Oh, I like that black, darn. Okay, so always look what's behind your images, because sometimes you'll find that they have more interest, like a year, I love that. Okay, so I'll put that to the side for a minute. Okay, so creating an ugly collage deliberately is a really great practice because it gives space to that tension that sometimes we feel in our day-to-day, right? So I'm by nature a very melancholic person. I'm here and I know you're there, so I'm smiling, I'm super happy. But when I turn off the cameras, when I am alone, I'm usually very somber and listen to really sad music. And that's okay. But sometimes I get lost, right? Sometimes I get lost in the sad music and I'm like, oh no. And I need to find my way back to the light, to the connection. So creating a collage where things don't matter and I'm just looking for beauty and smells that'll bring me back is very helpful. So I recommend, if you ever feel lost, give it a try. And you never know what'll happen. Because stuff happens, you guys. So, TMI, too much information. I was having not a very good day the other day, and I didn't do this. And you guys, I became a New Yorker. I love New York. I am a New Yorker, but I don't want to be that New Yorker that you think about in the stereotypes. I was having things were happening, you guys, and some lady kind of cut me off as I was walking, completely ignored me, cut me off. And then I turned around and said something that just wasn't nice. You know, even if what she did wasn't nice either, but that's not the person I want to be. That's not the New Yorker I want to be. So I was like, who was that? That was not me. I refused. So what I'm saying, if you put the ugliness here in a collage where no one gets hurt, offended, or you scare yourself, good things will come of it. Look at this, what the heck is this? I love it, okay. And also, this then becomes kind of like a math problem, right? Okay, there's ugly, ugly, ugly. How can I add beauty to the equation? And you can answer that or you cannot answer that, right? I mean, for one, I can make it have a scent by rubbing the the insert. But look what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I know that I need to leave signposts for myself and exit doors for joy. So I have a toy. This is actually a really beautiful toy that Elvis got me. It's a hole puncher, but look at the size. Look at the shape of it, right? It's like a hexagon. So you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I have another one. I have a smaller one. So I found this color earlier. I found this. So you know what? I'm gonna make beauty because I like pink. So I'm gonna make beauty. But we kind of have to do this, right? This is kind of like work. And you do have to work on being happy, on being a good person. We can't expect other things to do it for us. I can wear turquoise, labradorite, the biggest rock I can find. But if I'm not, aligned, these things aren't gonna work for me. Okay, what's this? Okay, so I'm going to find, or create, I should say rather, pattern. Look at these. So these are amazing. I love this. And if you've seen my Instagram feed, you'll know that I have been going absolutely ham on these shapes because I could never, ever create this hexagon shape on my own. Oh God, no. Neither would I try. I know my strengths. So, these are little doors to exploring new things. Oh, look, this is pink, but I think I'm gonna use the gray. And again, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just here and I'm collaging with you, and I feel better for doing it together, and I know you will too, so. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, God bless you. Just make an ugly collage. Because you know what's really beautiful? Some people just don't live in a melancholic world, and that's fantastic. Everybody has their own gravity, you know, and I don't think it's fair to discount people because they don't get it, right? They don't have to get it. So, to each his own. All I know is that I am having a good time with my hole puncher, and I want to see what you do. So please share what you create. If you create something ugly, please share it. You can just DM me, and otherwise throw it away. But make room for the ugly. Or also just hang out. We'll sit on your lap like a cat. I wish I had a cat. Okay, here we go. So this is coming along lovely. So see how this is kind of just, I'm just following my intuition, and the more you collage, even if you're not a collage artist, even if you're not an artist, I think the more you collage, you learn to follow your intuition. And what's more important than that, right? Your intuition is super important. It gives you clues as to turn left or turn right, say yes, say no, because, you know, sometimes these things confuse us. All right, love where this is going. It's kind of not ugly, but it's going somewhere. Ooh. Okay. Do I have a space here to do a big hexagon? Is the question. Okay. Look at this. Thank you. Oh God, I just started singing. See, you can't help but go into a jig of joy when you are collaging. I'm not gonna edit that out, but yeah, I sing. Okay, so this is cool. It's hideous, it's perfect, I love it. Where's my magazine? Okay, let's see if we can find more things. More things to add to this ugly collage. And even how we were tearing, that was really fun, right? So you can just make a whole collage of just tearing stuff. Which, oh, like this. Okay. This is beautiful. I think we have it. So here we go. I'm just gonna start putting this anywhere and everywhere because it's a nice pattern, it's a nice texture, and I think it represents a little bit of those intruding thoughts, you know, that I want to give a place to in my collage so they're not in my life. Very cool. Listen, if you are not a member yet, become a digital member now. We have a great digital collage kit out, and there is an open call for Day of the Dead. So if you want to be part of something, now's your chance. Oh, this is fun, you guys. So I like how there seems to be two conversations going here, right? The pink conversation and the yellow conversation. And yeah, isn't that cool? So this is what I was saying, like, make an ugly collage, throw it away, but then you realize that, oh, when I let loose, things start to happen, right? None of this was planned, but here we are. Oh, that's cool. I'll leave that to the side. When you let loose, things start happening. So let's see. Love it. And I've said this before, one thing to do is to always, you know, touch the edges. Don't be afraid to touch the edges. But more than anything, try to have variety in the edges. That's always a good thing. Here we go. Ooh, I love it. What else? And this is something you can do in silence, you know, like no one has to be around. So I listen to tons of music, and I find that the music that I create better art to is sad music. But I will say, be careful, because sometimes we have these stories that we tell ourselves, like, I make good art when I cry, which is just a story we've told ourselves, right? And try listening to happy music 3 days in a row and make art and see what happens. Maybe we've been wrong, right? So I won't say that. I only make good art when I listen to sad music. Okay, this is really cool. What's happening? I'm gonna go more. So whenever you're stuck, either go more or go less. I would usually say go more because it's an ugly collage. And this is gonna take you new places. Oh, you know what it is? You know how I say like this yellow thing is like the negative conversations? What does it look like? It looks like a cheetah, like an animal, like a beast, right? And this is what I'm trying to like give space so it doesn't attack. I didn't attack. So it doesn't come out in the train or whatever. Yeah, I'm human. It's okay, we're human. Love it. But I think I am gonna just kill this thing in a minute. I'll show you how. A little bit more. So what do you think is winning here? The cheetah or the pink side? The sweet side. Okay. This is cool. All right. So this is the part where I'm gonna jump, right? Because I'm gonna say, all right, do I want to keep it pretty because this is kind of pretty and there's a nice even conversation going, or do I want to just say bye ugliness, right? I have this is kind of like it's called Crink. It's a paint marker. It's really messy, and as you know, I'm not a big fan of mess. But this is where it becomes cathartic and therapeutic, right? So let's see what we can do with this. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna maybe draw something on it, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, that's cool. I like that. And I think I'm done. Thank you, glue stick. Okay, so this is my collage, you guys. This is for your eyes only. We can throw this away after we're done. Why does it work? Why is it important? It's important to create space for yourself, right? And if the only way you can do this is through your art, that's perfect. That's a perfect place to start. And then after this, we go out in the world and take space and stand like this, right? This has turned into like a pop psychology video, and I love it. So I wanted to make space for ugly. I wanted to make space for all that mental chatter, and perhaps it's manifested in all of these like disjointed words in the background. I saw beautiful flowers and I put them in, but then I found this pattern that kind of reminds me of a cheetah or a leopard or whatever, and I introduced it, and then in thinking about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of like the beast trying to come out, right? Because it needs to come out if it's in there. And then it came out. But then I created this moment of, okay, let me tame the beast, right? And I created these X's and a pen perhaps, right? I created this frame. when you make art, you do not have to analyze it to death, right? Just have fun with it. But sometimes it just helps to be aware. So this is me inviting you to be aware. You guys, this was very cathartic, and I hope you create space for your thoughts and emotions and everything else to come on paper and shred it, frame it, whatever you want. The thing is that what we feel is valid, so let's give it some space. I am Luis Martin, the art engineer, inviting you to cut some paper and paste it back together. I will see you on collagedream.com, at YouTube, Instagram, and anywhere else you take your phone, right? So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. Bye.